I mean, now that we're here, I'm thinking about how much water I've gone through just today. This is gonna be a really hard challenge. So I grew up pretty poor. Like, I think I have some idea of what it's like to not have full access to things that I need. Water is like a whole nother level though.
I'm a little nervous to actually have to go through that. The only time I've really not had running water is when I would go to India as a kid. We'd also have to have boiled water because the actual tap water or any other running water source would affect us pretty badly. We'd get really sick. And it's weird because it's not even like to the actual degree that people in Flint are going through.
Although I'm, obviously really down to do this, part of me just feels like a spoiled little shit still, to be honest, because what I'm about to go through is still just a tiny fraction of what so many people around the world go through every day.
My name's Joel Epstein, and I'm a Los Angeles-based communications strategist and also a lawyer, and I've written extensively on crimes against the environment and efforts to clean up the environment nationally. Some of our cities need to upgrade their systems, but there's a reluctance on the part of the current constituency, the residents and politicians, to have the vision to make the investment that's needed to be made. Flint, Michigan is the classic example. When it was discovered that there were very high levels of lead in the water, the residents of Flint are still drinking and showering using bottled water. Tremendous expense, tremendous environmental problem, and it's really just completely unacceptable. Water is a right. Water is something that a citizen should be able to expect from their government.
So day one, we're gonna use a pump nozzle.
Day 2, I'm gonna be showering at the gym I go to.
Day 3, in and out of the shower with mouth closed.
4, I'm gonna use some baby wipes.
Day 5, boiling water and sponging.
This should keep me going for a few days.
The pump was a little tricky to use, but I was lucky enough to be able to afford that pump.
I thought I had figured out how to assemble it, but I didn't, because when I started pouring water into it, it went everywhere.
I could not, for the life of me, figure out how the fuck to use the pump and spray. This doesn't feel very self-explanatory. I think I might just dump a bottle of water on my head.
Today is day 2. I have my towel, my mini soap, and all my clothes in my backpack. And today I'm gonna be showering at the gym. The gym was the best because, at least I have access to the running water, so I stayed in there for like 15 minutes before I felt like I had to leave.
So I just started doing the dishes and I realized that I can't actually rinse them because I can't turn the tap on.
I just left my friend's apartment after borrowing her shower, and it was fantastic. It was also uncomfortable to do all the things you do in a bathroom, which are kind of intimate and private, in someone else's bathroom. Like, you just feel naked and afraid.
So I have a packed bag with my towel and toiletries. Today I'm going to shower at work. It's not the first time, so this shouldn't be too odd. But the thought of having to do it every day would be pretty uncomfortable.
I don't think I had any issue asking for help once from a friend. I could see how that would take a big emotional toll, relying on other people to provide you running water. Yeah, that would suck.
I'm so thirsty.
Day 3, we jumped in and out of the shower really quickly. Apparently that's a thing that people do in this situation. I ended up just cleaning myself with baby wipes a day early.
I tried to take the water droplets and rub them on myself with the towel and scrub myself with the towel. I felt really sticky after because I still felt the need to moisturize because I have really dry skin.
It's time for Operation Baby Wipes.
Day 4 was probably the easiest day to clean myself and the least emotionally tolling. Baby wipes are great. I might do that more often.
Wiped myself down with scented baby wipes today. Not the business. They smell great. They don't do anything for you. I probably used up half the package. I was just kind of scrubbing under my arms.
I'm not gonna wipe this everywhere, if you know what I mean. The thing that gets me the most is underarms. After having to do this, only after a couple days, this still feels like I'm lucky to have this. I smell like a baby all day.
I did not use paper plates at all, but I also ended up putting off washing my dishes because it's so fucking hard when you don't have running water.
Really the hardest part was just the emotional strain of knowing that this would be over in a week and that there are hundreds of thousands of people in the world who have to live this every single day.
I became really, really aware of how much water I was using. I would never let water run down the drain without thinking to myself, okay, is there anything else I can rinse off with this?
I notice when it's raining, there's these repeat offender homes and they all have their sprinklers running while it's raining. That's water someone else in Flint or anywhere else in the world where they don't get access to water could be using, but you're just wasting it. I feel like we don't fully understand that until you kind of cut yourself off from what you have. You just don't realize how bad it is for other people.
I wasn't able to shower in the morning, so I showered at night with the boiled water because it took so long to cool and I had to boil so much of it to actually use it. It was definitely an exercise in patience.
But hair, goddamn, I don't know how you could do any of this with long hair, even short hair. I haven't washed my hair at all in the past few days.
I've lived in really poor areas of the Middle East where we didn't have running water, or when we did, it wasn't clean. That was only for a few months at a time. But to live that every day, to have a baby and to not be able to bathe it, or long hair that you need to wash and it can't get in your eyes or mouth every single day.
It was easier than I expected in some ways and also surprised me at how hard it was in other ways.
I was able to connect a little bit more to that situation because you can read an article, but it's not the same as going through it.
We can recreate not having running water, but we can't recreate the emotional experience of being forced to not have running water and not knowing when you're gonna get running water back. What I got out of this was it taught me how much of a necessity running water is, and that it's not really something that can ever be up for debate.
The biggest thing about this video is that this could easily come across as poverty tourism. I don't want this to be seen as some kind of voyeuristic entertainment from other people's suffering. It's more just to get the word out there and to hopefully showcase that it's ridiculous that this is happening in developed countries, but it's ridiculous that it's happening full stop.
The least I can do, especially after doing this experiment, is make a little noise about it.
If we all kind of band together and like make it a big deal, maybe something will happen faster because there'll be more attention on it.
There is a lot of information out there if you're willing to look for it. EPA is a good place to start. The Natural Resources Defense Council, it's another excellent organization that's very focused on this. Earth Justice, places like that.
Being mad or sad about any problem is obviously never enough. It's actually about standing up and doing something, and hopefully this video gets that message across.